From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Kruger. I'm going to be heading out to the Montague Hot Air Balloon Fair this morning. So just kind of a heads up. I know there's a lot going on with the weather. We got a lot to discuss here. I'm going to do my best to be back here at the studio to give you an evening update. But if that doesn't happen, then I may have to give you one maybe a little bit delayed, because I'm going to be out there in the morning, and hopefully sometime later this afternoon I can get here back in time to get you the latest update on the forecast. But this is what's going on. So of course for Saturday, today, you've got 7 a.m. the balloon launches, right? And then at 8 a.m. is the car show. There's vendors. It's going to be quite an event. I think it should be a pretty neat thing. So if you're going to be out there and you see me, be sure to stop by, say hello. I'd love to chat it up with you. So of course that'll continue on into Sunday as well. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing at least here for today. Now, I want to show you this because this may be a bit of a reality, unfortunately. There you can see that smoke right over Wairika in the Montague area, unfortunately. And of course, mainly just haze everywhere else, and some haze and a little bit more in the way of denser haze, or more dense haze out into western Trinity County, and not to mention Humboldt County as well. So we take you into 1 o'clock today, and you can still see some of that haze lingering around, but you see another plume of smoke coming back in later this evening around 6 p.m. And then it looks like more smoke as we go into Sunday morning. So unfortunately, it looks like we're going to see some of that haze and smoke. Now, I'm not a pilot for hot air balloons. I don't know if that's something that may deter them from launching the balloons or not. But just keep that in mind if you're heading out there. The air quality may not be so great as we go into today, and not to mention tomorrow. All right, so here's what I'm tracking with the weather. Heavy coastal and mountain rain. When I say mountain rain, mainly in Trinity County and say in western Siskiyou County. I'm also tracking the threat for flooding and debris flows. With the recent burn scars and even burn scars in the years past, we could be looking at the potential for mudslides and debris flows. Also, we got a bit of a gusty wind event in some areas. Shasta Valley in central Siskiyou County, and even along the coast, is expected to see some pretty gusty winds. So we'll take a look at all of that right now and take a look at futurecasts, and let's talk about our chances for rain first. Okay, so for today, no rain. You're just going to see a few clouds rolling in, and of course that's smoke in some areas as well. That's today at 6 p.m. So the rain's still off toward north and west, right? Now we take you into your Sunday morning, 8 a.m. We're seeing a bigger swath of moisture come in, but this is not that atmospheric river yet that I was talking about, or have been talking about. That's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. All right, let's take you into a Sunday afternoon, 5 p.m. We're going to see a few of those showers coming in. So I have included a chance for showers on Sunday for everyone. The best chances, though, as you can clearly see, will be along the coast, and of course for the inland areas as well. Now we've got the atmospheric river right here. That's 5 a.m. on Monday, and it's just beginning to hit the coast, and in particular out into Del Norte County. Okay, so let's show you the overall setup. Okay, so this is what we talk about with an atmospheric river. I was actually talking to a friend about this the other day, and they said, when did they start calling it an atmospheric river? Well, you think about it earlier, years ago, there used to be the Coconut Connection or the Pineapple Express because the moisture was coming from the Hawaii region. But they've always been there, but now just the overall term that's being used is atmospheric river. And that's basically, as you can see, a thin stream of moisture heading right into our region. And that's the moisture source. And then we squeeze that out, and of course we start to see the rain begin to move in. Now what's interesting, the last few days, this particular forecast model has been showing a secondary atmospheric river, a weaker one, coming in sometime around Wednesday. But now it's really backing off on the overall intensity of that. And the chances for rain for next Wednesday, now I'm kind of starting to think I may take those out of the forecast. Then, of course, as we go to Thursday, Friday of next week, it dries out entirely. All right, so let's take it back to the futurecast now. Here's the atmospheric river I was just telling you about. There it is on the coast. We start to see the edge of that into Trinity County, and not to mention in parts of western Siskiyou County as well. We progress eastward, and 4 p.m. on Monday, now that band of heavier rainfalls over Trinity County, and most of at least western Siskiyou County, and the edge of that just beginning to hit the valley. Now, as we'd expect, and this typically is what happens, this is going to break apart, and it's not going to bring a ton of rain for the valley. But it is going to bring some rain by Monday evening, Monday night, but still not that much activity in the eastern mountains. Now, as we go into Tuesday morning, we'll see some of those stray showers come in, really across the board, just some scattered showers Tuesday morning. We take into Tuesday afternoon, it really starts to dissipate. And this is when we start to see things begin to dry out, is Tuesday afternoon. And then remember, I was talking about that weaker atmospheric river really the last few days. Now, it's not there. And now we're looking at dry conditions for starting next Wednesday, Thursday, and not to mention Friday of next week. We'll just see some clouds kind of pushing on through. All right, so let's take a look at the forecast. Rainfall totals. We're going to take it through Wednesday, although it's going to end by Tuesday. And there you can see, and we're really seeing some consistency in anywhere in that 1 to 3 inch range, and most of the rain in Del Norte County, as we typically see with these atmospheric rivers. Then, of course, you start heading eastward. Some decent rain for Trinity County, not to mention western Siskiyou County, even around Mount Shasta City as well. But then notice as we start heading eastward, you start seeing less and less rain. And that's the pattern we saw with that rain kind of pushing eastward. It kind of broke apart and fizzled out. It lost a lot of strength as it moved eastward, so we see less rain for the folks out in the eastern mountains, and not to mention Modoc County. So it kind of gives you that idea. Now, with that rain, that heavy rainfall, we could be looking at the potential for some localized flooding, especially for the areas in green here, which does include western Siskiyou County. Now, what we're concerned about with this flood is the potential, of course, for localized flooding. Local creeks and streams and rivers could overflow. They could get swelled up. Some flood-prone areas could see flooding. We could see mudslides and debris flows from recent burn scars. So a lot to take into account here with this atmospheric river coming into play here. And that's going to be really mainly into Monday, and not to mention even in parts of Tuesday. And the wind. We got to factor in the winds now. So really two main areas I'm concerned about the winds. Number one, the Shasta Valley here in kind of central Siskiyou County. It kind of filters through that valley there, and it can really funnel through and give some really gusty winds. And even though we don't have any kind of wind alerts for the coast, we're going to see some gusty winds there. Now, take a look at the winds. I mean, they're in excess of 25 to 35 miles per hour, with gusts possibly up to 50, even 60 miles per hour. So with winds that strong, you're talking about the potential for downed trees, power outages, power lines, right? And I think the winds could be close to that strength along the coast. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast and show you the winds. Now, of course, not a concern for Saturday or Sunday for the most part. But here we are Sunday at 6 p.m. The winds are beginning to pick up Shasta Valley. And notice the winds are starting to pick up, especially out into Crescent City. Okay, now we're going to take you into Sunday night, Monday morning. Look at those winds, especially along the coast here. 20, 30, 35 miles per hour for Eureka up to Crescent City. And this right here, all these little areas here, you can see some very gusty winds. So this is the area in particular that could be looking at the power outages. But again, keep in mind, we're also seeing some very gusty winds out along the coast as well. So that may be another area of concern. It will probably continue through the morning hours on Monday, and then hopefully begin to subside by Monday afternoon, Monday evening. Wave heights for your Saturday, not an issue. But as the atmospheric river begins to move on in and get closer, those wave heights are starting to increase again. So it looks like by Sunday into Monday, we'll be looking at much higher wave heights. All right, speaking of wave heights, marine forecast, right, for tomorrow, south winds, for today that is, we're looking at south winds at 5 knots, waves from the northwest at 4 feet at 9 seconds. Now your high tide will be at 8:30 this morning, and your low tide at 12:17 this afternoon. There's your sunrise and your sunset, and no advisories at least as of yet. Okay, so here's your forecast for today. It's going to be another beautiful fall day. And by the way, we officially transitioned from summer to fall at 11:50 last night. So we are going to be looking at our first day of fall today. Get out there and enjoy it. It's going to be gorgeous. No rain, a few passing clouds, temperatures low 80s, upper 70s for the valley, in the mountains in the 60s and 70s, and along the coast, temperatures low 60s, and even the coast will be dry today as well. It's not until tomorrow that I think the coast will see the better chances for some of those showers moving in. So here's your 7-day outlook. So for everyone, there's a chance for showers moving in as early as Sunday. It's not going to be a lot of rain. The atmospheric river is not here yet. It's Monday where we've got that atmospheric river, and that's when everyone will see the rain. Some lingering showers Tuesday, drying out for Wednesday for everyone. Here's a look at your 7-day outlook for the valley, and again, same story, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So Monday is the main event, but keep in mind that main event isn't going to be very impressive as far as rainfall totals are concerned, drying out entirely by next Wednesday. Here's your 7-day outlook for the coast. Same situation here. And you may recall yesterday, I did have that chance for rain for the coast at least, for some rain on Wednesday, maybe even some of the inland areas and even Weaverville. I've taken that chance out. Until I see more consistency for more of that secondary, weaker atmospheric river for Wednesday, I'm keeping Wednesday dry. So Sunday showers, heavier rainfall Monday, that's the main event, and that's the more impressive event for the coast in particular. And then, of course, as we go to Tuesday, those scattered showers will be in the forecast, drying out by Wednesday through the end of next week and most likely even into that next weekend.